You remember when Little Richard was on Aresenio Hall? And he said there are Christians that are gonna crazy people are gonna run the country. He said they're fanatics and what they're gonna do. Little Richard was pretty prophetic with what he said. He said that 30 plus years ago on Arsenio. Um, Little Richard spoke up on so many issues. You know, the funny thing is that he was funny, but he was the stone cold truth. You know, when he told people to shut up, he used to crack me up. But if you listen to what he was saying, he was spot on. He talked about the industry never giving him nothing. People laughed. He talked about not getting no money. People laughed. A lot of people laughed, but they didn't pay attention to what Little Richard said. You know, he was spot on about who's running the country and the dump down culture of what is being tolerated. Um, you know, when you go back and you watch that interview where he said on Aresenio Hall show and talked about who's going to run the country, who's going to be put in situations, this is what you see. It's a manipulation that is for legalizing the segregation. It's a manipulation to legalize the segregation. You got to pay attention to how it drops because it's done in a way that it's a combination of factors, but it's like they want folks to feel kind of like don't question stuff, don't wonder about things, but yet they're doing things that aren't healthy to the naked eye or to the full eye, unless you cross-eyed. But he always was a guy of words of wisdom. He was somebody that I respected his musical talent and I respected how what he overcame. You gotta remember something. You're a flamboyant black male artist in the 50s in the heat of the South, racist segregationists, etc. And you are, you know, being as blatant as you can be, but you're knowing what you're dealing with. That was a mover and a shaker there. The cat wasn't afraid. And so he is just letting it be known what's up. And that's the thing I can always appreciate about Little Richard. One of the originators, proclamators, and the king of rock and roll. Yeah, he is one of the kings. He definitely is. But what he was speaking on was like if you're not paying attention to what's going on, you're being manipulated and you're happy. And then you see the dump down. A lot of time you have conversation with people. And sometimes when you talk about they like they won't talk about pot, they don't talk about think about nothing. But it's happening before you. You see things happening. You know. It's like how do you stop, look, and listen and watch? You know. You have to be aware. They make you aware. They bring in these jive turkeys who be trying to legislate and say things and they try to be slick. And it's not who you think, it's always your state and local who get the bag to do the long-term damage. He was talking about it, you know. They don't bring in people that want to negotiate with you, who look like you, who want to have conversations with you, who are going to be somewhat equality but like-minded. No, 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 no. So it's an interesting tone and how it plays itself out. But I'm going to say it like this, though. He made very strong, legit points, and he was very much detailed. And I want to say that that's something that I always remember about Little Richard. He was a truth teller. They don't make him like him no more. And there are no more, if you're a rebel, you don't be afraid of going without. That's what the true rebels do. They don't be trying to have everybody be all cuddly woodly with them. They tell it like it is. They can live with it one way or the other. He was speaking facts beyond, and if you're not careful, he saw it up close and personal. Lord knows he went through it in the South, in the 50s and the 60s, and to do what he did, he saw all kinds of things. You better go and listen to that interview with him and Arsenio because he was spitting the facts. And that's just what you see, government, local, state, all these levels, the martial law, the whole 2025 agenda and the playbook is right there. Plantation, Jim Crowism, and to try to make you feel marginalized and try to preach to you without a real moral compass. Because if you're going to use the book and the Bible and you're going to quote, you got to be someone of faith, not someone who's being deceptive. That's what's being used in the playbook. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share the video if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.